Good evening. Today I'm going to be discussing the topic of balanced workplaces. My title is The Balance Effect: How Better Work Creates Better Lives. So, imagine for a second with me that it is 11:30 p.m. on a Tuesday evening. The house is completely dark, save for the blue screen, and your partner and your child are asleep in their beds. You, however, are not catching up on much needed sleep. You are not binge watching your favorite TV show. You're not even doom scrolling. You are staring at an email from your boss that was just sent and requires an immediate review before tomorrow's kickoff at 8 a.m. Your heart rate spikes, your breathing accelerates, your hormones surge. You are now in the middle of a stress response. And even as all of the thoughts are tumbling through your mind at that moment, you realize that your entire morning routine, getting your child off to school, is now going to be rushed through because your brain is caught up in a spreadsheet for the following business day. And the funny thing is, this isn't even an emergency. This is just a normal Tuesday. For years, we have been sold on a corporate myth that human productivity is a zero-sum game, and that in order to get the absolute maximum out of your team, you have to push them to their absolute limits. But human beings are not machines. We are cyclic ecosystems. And when we deplete our people at work, they go home to empty lives. And then when they come back to work the next day, they return exhausted, cynical, and mentally checked out. Chronic overwork does not create high performance. It leads to quiet quitting. And you do not have to choose between having a good work life and a good home life. They can actually be mutually beneficial. So, what is the problem and why does it matter? 60% of Americans have reported that they have unhealthy work life balances, which leads directly to burnout. The World Health Organization defines burnout as an occupational phenomenon that results from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. In an average US 1,000 person company, employee burnout and disengagement resulted in over $5 million in costs and over 800 quality adjusted life years lost annually. Just to give you a reference point, that means that 80% of the employees in that 1,000 person company lost quality of life years. Comparatively, burnout can cost up to 2.9 times the average cost of health insurance and 3 to 17 times the cost of training per employee. So, what does burnout look like? Burnout includes energy depletion, feelings of negativism or cynicism, and reduced professional efficacy. It shows up as less engagement, less motivation, uh, procrastination, absenteeism, and presenteeism, which is showing up physically for work, but then being checked out mentally while you're there. This is what quiet quitting looks like, and it is your brain protecting you from exhaustion. It is not laziness. It is a last ditch conservation of resources to protect you from total breakdown. Stress cannot be compartmentalized. It will bleed from your work life directly into your home life, causing irritability, sleep disturbances, fatigue, lowered participation in relationships, and frequently missing out on significant life events. When we compare this to an object, such as a piece of technical gear that's run at 100% capacity 24/7, and using this as a style of working, what happens to that gear? If it doesn't have offline time and it doesn't have maintenance on a regular basis, it's going to overheat. It's going to blow a fuse. Something is going to go wrong, and it's probably going to shut down. So, what is the solution? Work-life balance initiatives create sustainability and fulfillment for employees through family-friendly policies, structured incentive programs, flexible working hours, and workplace health programs. Cognitive restoration only occurs on an individual level when employees get complete disconnection from work. When they walk out, they clock out. Things such as predictable schedules and work life boundaries, such as no off hours communications, helps them recharge. According to the interactionist perspective, when you reduce environmental stress, this also encourages their proactive personality to rise and their talents to thrive, which translates to better workplace behaviors. So you may ask, this all sounds really good, but how does this actually benefit an organization? The social exchange theory predicts that when an employee's personal life is respected, that they are more motivated to reciprocate dedication to the organization through organizational citizenship behaviors, which not only benefits the individual and the coworkers that they interact with, but it also benefits the organization. Work-life balance improves performance, attendance, health, and diversity while simultaneously reducing turnover. Data shows that 85% of businesses that implement balance initiatives see an immediate raise in productivity, alongside a 50% reduction in healthcare costs. This is substantial, and it also lets us know that these things are directly tied to work-life balance. This also improves recruitment for the organization by creating a desirable work environment. Who wouldn't want to work for a company that prioritizes them as an individual? And data shows that about 75% of the younger generation would consider switching jobs if flexible arrangements were prioritized elsewhere. And by flexible arrangements, I mean things like family-friendly policies, or even something like incorporating a remote working day 1 to 2 times every 30 calendar days. Furthermore, 67% of men and 78% of women report that work-life balance was a crucial factor in their job selection process, with over 50% of them saying it was more important than their pay. So, what's my point? Better work is not the enemy of a better life. It is the engine behind it. When we dismantle the old culture of constant urgency and replace it with deliberate balance, we don't just build more profitable and productive companies, we are building healthier families, stronger networks, and better communication. All of this translates to social responsibility for an organization. And on the individual level, we are contributing to our communities and we are finding a revitalized sense of self. It is not mutually exclusive to have a good work environment and to also have a good home life. Thank you for your time.